Welcome back to the second part of this 3-part series, where I analyze and look at the best Smash sets for each character. I'm not going to bore you and repeat the rules and the regulations for how this works, so if you want to go review those or haven't seen it yet, please go watch the first part of this video in the description below. In addition, just like last time, I will have all of the sets I speak about in this video listed below, and the next and final video will come out in a few days. Here we go. As the first character for the second video, Meta Knight's best set is Bonk's win over Wadi at Glitch Konami Code in a 2-0 victory. One of the reasons that Bonk did so well in this set was his mastery of the Meta Knight Sacred combo, the dash attack into multiple up airs into up B, which he made use of many times to take Wadi's stocks. Rob basically did not have a chance to play the game, since one mistake would send Wadi's flying to the blast zone. Bonk would capitalize on it and take him to the blast zone at percents as low as 9, consistently. This is really seen with the final stock of the set, where Bonk grabs Wadi once and strings together up airs, which seem inescapable for the large character, and kills him to end the game in a crazy comeback fashion. But this set is not only amazing for its hit-kill confirms, but also for the way that Bonk maneuvers around Meta Knight's disadvantage. With his jumps and all 4 special moves, Meta Knight is able to get around all of Rob's projectiles and close the gap very quickly to punish him and maybe even set up for another up air combo. Pit takes his top player down to Australia for the first time in this video, with Raze's win over Extra at SSS4 in 2021, the Grand Finals reset. In this nail-biting Game 5 set, Raze was able to keep his cool and have a combo for every situation imaginable, which allowed him to consistently mix up his advantage state and keep him not only fun to watch, but also a better player. Whether it was the use of his down throw for aerial combos, or stringing together arrows off stage during his being edge guarded, Raze just played it cool, and did not get too carried away in the match, which allowed him to do his best. He was definitely controlling the match that he won, at least for the majority of the time, forcing Extra's Game & Watch and Sephiroth to come and approach him. Similar to Pit, for Dark Pit, we are going to have another Australian contender in Ishigo's and his Dark Pit's win over Poppet One's Lucina and Ness in the Smash World Tour online qualifier. The coolest part of this Dark Pit's play was the use of his heavily underutilized, in general, down B. In almost all times where he was at disadvantage, Ishigo pulled out these 2 shields and stopped Poppet from being able to hit him, especially making edge guards against the Dark Pit impossible. Dark Pit's advantage state was also very good, as he knew almost every single combo route for all moves on all DIs and tech options, which made the character so fun to watch in this match and set, despite me not liking the outcome. Ishigo's ability to convert stray hits into long combos, resets, tech chases, and drag downs show the ability that his character has to mix up the opponent while still performing great combos and to make the most out of this advantageous play at the time. Also, he consistently went off and edgeguarded Lucina, resulting in early stocks taken, which helped lead him to victory. If anyone has a doubt or questions as to what the Zero Suit Samus best set is, just take a look at the first few seconds of Game 1, in the best set of Mars vs MKLeo at Genesis 7. In this set, Mars played with his aggressive yet tricky playstyle to simply confuse Leo, and got him the win in a very flashy fashion. Mars kept his cool against an aggressive and good character and player in Joker and MKLeo, and used his unique moves and movement to both his advantage, to steer clear of disadvantage, and to make the most out of his advantage state. Just look at the first match. The 3 stocks that were taken were from down B spikes, an up air string, looking like it came from Smash 4, and a deceptive killing screen into a reversal with side B. He was just able to be where Leo was, while throwing out smart hitboxes, as if he was reading the best player in the world's controls. Undoubtedly one of the best sets in the game, and it is so underrated. This was the first time where it seemed as though MKLeo was not unbeatable, and was to no fault of his own, but rather of Mars and his Zero Suit Samus. Again, just like with the last set for Zero Suit Samus, Wario's is kind of a no-brainer, as it is the one time that a Wario player has won a major in this game, which was completed by Gluttony's Wario versus MKLeo's Byleth in Pound 2022, where after getting reset, the close Game 5 final set does go in Gluto's favor thanks to the very powerful and smelly move, Waft. Gluttony connected on a huge amount of Waft attempts that led him to take the win, and it turned the momentum in his favor for many games, especially when this happened with the final stock of the final game, Game 5. Wario also properly moved his way around Byleth's long range and aerials, with Wario's superb airspeed and his bike. He rarely got edgeguarded due to the great bike timing, and never even had to use his Waft to recover. But I would be lying if I did not say that this set revolved around Gluto's near-perfect use of Waft, and it is the reason why he is able to have a major tournament win under his belt, such as this win at Pound 2022. In one of the most hectic sets in the entirety of Smash Ultimate, Ally Snake took out Myron's Olimar in the Grand Finals of Pound 2019, and showed the best Snake gameplay in a Smash set that has ever been seen. With the sheer amount of projectiles being thrown around, Ally, with Snake, a not-so-mobile character, actually was able to contest with his own grenades and other projectiles, but also with his movement from Snake that showed off a new side to the character. Ally also worked to get up close and personal with the Olimar, suddenly shifting from one playstyle to another to throw Myron off guard and hit the light Olimar with his strong normals such as his down air and up tilt, just to name a few. Ally also had really good edge guarding with all of Snake's tools in his kit, which allowed him to rack up damage so quickly to help him get kills with his other normals, such as the grab and up tilt combo that he is so famous for. Here we have another showing from MKLeo on the list, with his Ike set win. Back when Leo played Ike at the start of the game, Leo put his mastery to the show with his use of his broken nair, up B on stage, and almost perfect combos to clutch out a Game 5 win over Samsora's Peach at Genesis 6 in the Losers Finals round. The best part about this set is that Leo just hits nairs, and they comboed into everything back in the day. At low percents, Leo would throw out landing nairs to hit into up tilts or other nairs. At mid percents, he would combo them into up B or forward airs. And finally, at high percents, Leo would string the landing nair in back airs to take stocks quickly and easily, as he did in most games. Leo, using his Leo magic, despite Ike's poor recovery, always found a way to make it back to the stage without any trouble by using high side Bs and then adjusting that when it was not working to take the win. This set for Pokemon Trainer is going to be the first time in the series where the best set for a character is actually a losing effort. In the loss to MKLeo's Joker, Tweek put on a show with his Pokemon Trainer in the Grand Finals and Grand Finals reset of EVO. While it did not turn out in his favor, Tweek's mastery of all three characters, Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard, was clearly shown in this set. When Leo was not doing things to Tweek, Tweek was actually running with, and for most time, outrunning Leo in the match. Just take a look at the second stock of Game 4 of the first set. Tweek just put in the work and knew when to use which character and how to use them to almost perfect perfection. Despite his losing effort, this is the most entertaining and important Pokemon Trainer in this game. While he did not catch the win, he did get mentioned on this list for his effort. On a better note for Tweek, Diddy Kong's best set is Tweek's victory over, guess who, MKLeo at Summit 3, where Leo was playing Pyra and Mythra. Tweek played so well with the low percent combos at Nair, resulting in Leo taking massive amounts of damage on a character who, prior to this set, was not really known for his combos. For just that alone, Tweek changed the Diddy meta with this set. The other reason that this is the best set is due to Tweek's banana play. Whenever the banana was in Tweek's hand, he almost always connected it, whether that was for a trip on stage, into a combo or kill, or off stage to 2-frame or just hit below the ledge to set up for a spike. Since Tweek's banana play was so strong in this match, it was almost as effective as a simple threatening tool and did a great job of that. For his use of Diddy's strongest tool to near perfection and evolving the meta in his character, in more than just one tournament, Tweek's Summit 3 Grand Finals win is the best Diddy Kong set in this game. The Lucas set was one of the hardest sets to choose, since there are not a lot of Lucas players in Smash Ultimate. But the set that took the cake was Lucas's win over Arctic's Captain Falcon at Tri-Point Smash 116 in Winners Round 3. This is not from the biggest name, and is not the most flashy gameplay, but Lucas doesn't really have that. Lucas used Lucas's projectiles and combos to show that, just like true top players, he could have changed up his playstyle by sitting back, and shooting out PK fires into running in and getting massive aggressive combos. With Lucas's interesting movement, Lucas did a great job of keeping the Falcon guessing and on his toes, whether it was the idea to hold down near the ledge and hit the PK Thunder Rocket at the ledge, his edge guarding in Game 2, or his down smash to take the set. Lucas showed up top tier gameplay for Lucas, which is honestly hard to find in Smash Ultimate. Now for the best Sonic set, there were two paths I could have gone on. One I would have gone for the most hype set, with the most fast-paced gameplay that Sonic in theory could have. On the other hand, I could have gone with the set that best showed Sonic's gameplay in the current meta of Sonic players. I decided to go with the latter, since that is how Sonic is played nowadays. Therefore, the best Sonic set is Sonic's win over Gact in the top 8 of Pound 2022. For this set, Sonic's does play a campy style of Sonic, but he also played with aggression thrown in here and there to counteract the slow gameplay. In addition, this set went to Game 5, so if you were watching, you were surely entertained by that. And it made you stay on the edge of your seat to make a maybe boring set from a boring character into an exciting game. For one of the most surprising character picks in a Smash Summit, Atomisk came in clutch with his set win over Dark Wizzy with his King DDD, and showed us the best gameplay from the character in the game. Atomisk's best move in the set for sure was his neutral B, the Inhale, as DDD just ate Mario so many times during the set, and made Dark Wizzy fear sitting in shield. Not only was this a way to get damage on Mario, but it also helped him push Mario off the stage, and get into better stage position in order to set up for the best part of the game, his ledge trapping. In this section of the game, DDD uses Gordo to his advantage, so the Dark Wizzy had very few options, even with a cape. He did get comboed a lot, but playing against a Mario with a DDD, that's bound to happen no matter how you play. But his resilience shows that this set was amazing. In one of the most hyped sets for two of the least hyped characters, Myron's win over Shuton's Richter in Frostbite 2019 is just one of those moments that will be talked about later in the series, but for now is the best Olimar set. There were a lot of options with Olimar, but this was the best one, since Myron overwhelmed Shuton with Pikmin and made him unable to really play the game. He also played in some good combos here and there. For the second time in this series, I'm going to get another set as an honorable mention. This time, it is DeBuzz's win over Cole as Cloud at Glitch 8. I felt as though DeBuzz needed a set in here, since he played an amazing Olimar in this set, and actually plays a different playstyle to Myron, relying more on his Pikmin management to ensure he always has the right one for the job. This allowed him to use each Pikmin for their purpose, and helped him so much in that set with his ability to multitask at playing some Smash. One of the most surprising players to qualify for the Smash World Tour was the Lucario player, Armadillo. And that skill was needed most in his Winners Qualifiers match against Ned Sephiroth and Pokemon Trainer. This set was so great due to two reasons. Armadillo was able to compartmentalize the game into two sections, low and high aura. In low aura, he ran in, played aggressive in order to both get some non-killing combos, but also since he had to worry less, since getting hit actually was beneficial for him. In the part of the game with high aura, Lucario did the most important thing he could have done, play patiently. This was seen in the final hit of the match, where he made an amazing two-stop comeback and stayed calm, picked his battles where he needed to, and came out on top. This was also just such a hype set with such a fun comeback with such a rare to watch character. With the most played character in the competitive scene, Rob has a ton of sets to choose from, but the most important win is going to come from the Smash World Tour, where Zomba's Rob beat out Cola's Roy in Losers Quarters. While PG Stats spoke on this a ton in their video of the matter, there was really one move that helped Zomba get this win, and it was his extreme use of back air. This move, one of the slowest aerials in the game, is also one of the strongest. But, due to its slow startup and movement ability, it did give Zomba a safe way to both harm the opponent and bait out Roy at the same time, especially near the ledge. He also, for entertainment purposes, had a crazy comeback for the last stock of the set that gave him the win with Rob's really good side B and back air to finish off the set in style. The best Tunelink set is one of the other matches where the character in question actually loses the set, and this occurs in Marvelous Marco's loss to Goblin's Roy. The best move in the set for Tunelink was actually his down B, the bomb. He used this masterfully, in combos, neutral, and for hiding his character's moves in the explosion. But this did not only happen with the bomb, but also his boomerang, where Marco pressured Goblin and baited out options to which he punished. Especially against a character who just loves to run in at full speed and overwhelm the opponent, Tunelink was actually able to slow down the speed of the game really well, which proved to be useful to get him a win in the set and take it to the last game. He was also able to survive really well, especially for a floaty character, and use this to his advantage by not allowing Roy to juggle due to his floatiness. This also helped with his ledge trapping. One of the biggest upsets of the video is the Wolf set, where Jackal's Wolf beat Zamba's Rob in Pound 2022 in top 24 in a Game 5 set. Throughout the entirety of the set, it was the same. Jackal just won neutral a lot and was able to convert it into his strong advantage state really well. Every small interaction that Jackal put on Zamba either became a small punish for Zamba or a large punish for Wolf. Either option he would take gladly. While Rob's biggest weak list usually is spoken about to be his massive size and hurtbox, it is not usually used against Rob, but with Jackal's juggling, it is clearly seen that this is a huge reason as to why he took the set. He also had great defensive options in both his DI and his ability to get back on stage from the air or the ledge. He almost never got hit by Zamba's back air bait, and used his limited recovery really well to always mix it up and keep Zamba on his toes. One of the surprisingly most underplayed characters in tournament is the next character, Villager. But there's one player who has done the work to represent him, and that is Japan's Kept. In almost back-to-back-to-back characters, we have seen sets where the character loses, and this Game 5 set loss of Kept's Villager to Omeki's Daisy at Kagari V5 is no different. But it does not mean that the match has flaws. The gameplay is not the most exciting, I will not lie to you, but this set gains its status as the best Villager set due to the quality of the gameplay. Villagers are going to camp, that's a fact, but this is some of the best camping in the game, which is used to great effect in this set. As with so many characters, Villager's gameplay was broken down into two parts with a smooth transition. At the beginning, he used Lloyd rockets and horizontal aerials to chip away at Umeki in terms of both percent and patience, which worked out well. At the end, the game clearly switched into trying to kill. Not Villager's strong suit, but he swapped his used moves to the not primarily used ones, and took stocks that way. The first time that MKLeo lost to a player that did not make top 8 in Smash Ultimate occurred with Kamehameha's win over him in EVO. But this set is not about Leo, it's about Kamehameha's Mega Man. The most amazing part of the set was Mega Man's ability to combo his weak projectiles into his stronger normals to get kills. Of course, he was going to rack up tons of damage at lower percents and mid percents, but when it was time to kill, he still needed to hit those quick projectiles as it would help set up into a kill. Whether it was Metal Blades into up tilts or baits into forwarders for edge guards, Metal Blade was a key component in the set. Kamehameha used all of his projectiles at the right time and just overwhelmed Joker with lemons in neutral. As for the non-gameplay sense, this was such an exciting set to watch because it was the first time that Leo fell. Whether you loved or hated Leo at the time, it was a set to root for someone, and it was such an enjoyable one to watch, with a perfect display of a niche character win. The situation keeps coming up, but we're back with another set where, in this time, Wii Fit Trainer loses, this time to MKLeo's Byleth. But Varun took it to Game 3 in Genesis 8, Pools Round 2. This mix-up character used her archetype to her advantage greatly. At the start of the match, Varun, the Wii Fit Trainer, set up shop and used a lot of soccer balls and neutral bees in order to force Leo's slow character to approach, something Byleth struggles with. Then, once Leo was dealing with those projectiles, he would take a deep breath with his down B and rush in and do tons of percent with Wii Fit Trainer's underrated down B. This allowed him time to rack up damage quickly, and then, once Leo figured it out, as he would, he's Leo, he swapped back to the more campy playstyle. Now, I will admit, games 2 and 3 were not ideal. but the almost perfect first two stocks of Game 1 set him up for success in the long run, and made this an amazing and exciting set from a typically lame character. Finally, back to our winning ways. For Rosalina and Luma, we have Dabuzz's win over Proto Banham at the Smash World Tour Champion Top 8, where he beat Min Min and Lucina in a Game 5 set. If you want to see how great this set was, just take a look at the first 20 seconds of the first game, and that will answer how Rosalina's gameplay is going to be this set. As with all Rosalina sets, the most important aspect is how Luma is controlled by Dabuzz, and he did that expertly in this set. Whether it was to assist Rosalina get some more damage, or knockback, to safely edgeguard, or to limit Proto's options, or perfectly space with Luma to kill. He did this so many times, and the Luma play was magnificent. As seen in the second stock of Game 1, where Dabuzz uses him as a ledge trapper, edgeguarder, and a killer all in an elongated interaction, Luma was integral in this set. This is clearly the best Rosalina gameplay in the history of Smash Ultimate, from the best player to play the character. Little Mac's set is the only one that is not official, and that is Peanut's win over ESAM's Pikachu at their offline Best of 5 challenge match on Peanut's and ESAM's YouTube channels. This is one of the worst matchups in the game, maybe in all fighting games, but Peanut was able to win and take a set over ESAM. While both players will not be playing at their best, as it was not in tournament, knowing these two players, they were trying quite hard. Peanut's best aspect of the match was not the ground game that Little Mac thrives in, but in the disadvantage and getting back to the stage. He uses Neutral B in order to tank through all Pikachu's light aerials and get back to the stage well from above. This also happened offstage, where he used all of his tools to make Little Mac's offstage look like a top tiers. But this would all be for nothing if he did not work on his offense on stage, such as the many KO punches he hit, which really turned the game with his expert play. This set is going to be my one recommendation for the video to seriously watch. This video is not that popular due to the low stakes, but it is the best set to watch of this second video in the series. For the first time in a while in this video, the best Greninja puts on a dominant show, in which Leia's Greninja destroys Gak's nest in a 3-0 set. Right from the bat, Leia starts out with a quick 0 to death, and just continues throughout the whole set with high pressure. Every single time that Ness is off stage, Greninja throws out the up B in order to mess up Ness's recovery, and it works so many times since there is nothing that Gak can do about it with the situation Leia put him in. Leia's drag down up airs were also a huge part of the set, since he was able to push his advantage state really well and forced Ness to play Greninja's game. This match was a complete wiping of the floor against a really good player, and Gak could just not do anything here. One of the most recent sets to be on this video is ESAM's Mii Brawler win, despite his Pikachu's loss over Ned at Combo Breaker. While ESAM did lose the set with Pikachu in Game 5, the other 4 games, the majority of the set, and hence making it able to qualify for this list, show off a new upcoming character strengths that ESAM had been telling everybody about for a while in Mii Brawler. ESAM used Mii Brawler's exceptional low percent combos, such as using his up tilt, nair, and shot put, to show off how good this niche character was. He also showed off Mii Brawler's primary moveset, shot put, exploding sidekick, thrust uppercut, and his flip kick. This set allowed the character with a core recovery to be able to mix up his movement with 3 of his 4 specials. But I will not kid you, this set was centralized around one combo, down throw thrower. This combo was able to kill Sephiroth at low percentages and showed off the character's viability in the matchup. Danklin's Mii Sword Fighter set is the best of this character, but was maybe one of the hardest to find purely due to the lack of the use of this character in the competitive meta. Using an interesting looking Mii, Danklin used a set with Tornado, Chakram, Slash Dash, and Reversal Slash to prove to his opponent, Dura, that this was an extremely hard setup to beat. The best part of the set is that Danklin used Mii Sword Fighter not as a swordy, but as a projectile character that happened to have a sword. This happened expertly whenever Arsene came out in the Joker sets. Despite Danklin potentially being able to outrange Joker, he didn't take the risk, intentionally, and chipped away at Arsene's timer with chakrams and all sorts of angles to mix up his gameplay. Personally, I love the use of his slow, thrown chakram in the set for combos into F Smash, which just looked sick, and made use of a projectile which is unique to this character in the game. Back to a player who's the best for that character, there's none other than Capitancito's Mii Gunner who could take this spot, especially with his win over Bonk at Pound 2022. Using the moves which idealized ranged play and overwhelming the opponent, with extremely spammable projectiles such as Charge Shot, Missile, and Bomb, to ensure that no matter where his opponent was, and no matter how good Bonk's Meta Knight was, it was just almost impossible to get around a wall of projectiles. The set went in his favor. But again, just like so many people on this list, and what makes these players so good about their respective characters, is he was able to mix up his style as he would suddenly run in and use his long-range normals such as forward air, up air, and even his nair to allow him to mix up the playstyle. This forced him to keep Bonk on his toes and allowed for the loss despite the close set. Harking on to Buzz's inability to close out sets, as sad as it is, the best Palutena set is taken by Nairo's Palu, with his win over Olimar and Rosalina to win grand finals of Let's Make Big Moves in both the reset and the true final set. Overall, Nairo won these sets 6-2 in game count, and showed off his wins by using his excellent low percent combos with Nair and forward air, especially against the floaty character, which allowed him to get more off the opponent. The best part of these sets is Nairo's insane 2-stock comeback at the end of game 5 of the first set, which set him up for the win overall in the tournament. He used a classic Palu bait and punish technique in order to bait out Buzz's option, such as dropping shield or jumping, which allowed Palutena to come in for a big punishment, either from a nair at low percents or grabs at high percents. Nairo used Palu's movement to the fullest extent, which allowed him to capitalize on her amazing movement to the fullest. Thank you guys for watching part 2 of this series. If you haven't seen the first part, there will be a link to it in the description, and please go check it out, as it has some amazing sets just like this one. As I said before, the final and third part of this video will be coming out in a few days, so stay tuned. All of these sets that were spoken about will have a link in the description. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and share this video around. And as always, let's go Islanders.